Well, hey there. I'm going to talk about this guitar. I'll probably put B-roll over this, but yeah. So this is my GOC Satya 8-string headless guitar, and let me tell you, it is rad. I've had it for, almost a year now. I did a video when I first got it, kind of comparing it to some of my other guitars. I've got some high-end guitars, I've got a couple Surs, I've got a really high-end Fender, I've got some cool guitars, and I wanted to see how a much more affordable but highly well-reviewed modern guitar would stack up. And if you watch that video, you learn that the build quality, the playability of this thing is out of this world for the price point. The features in it are fantastic. Stainless steel frets, this really fantastic heel joint, just all the stuff about it. It is really cool. I also mentioned in that video that I'd probably be doing some mods, and I did do some mods, so I want to kind of walk through them. And originally I wanted to make this video like as soon as I did the mods to kind of explain what I was doing and why I was doing it. And it took me so long to shoot that because I've got 2 kids, I've got a full-time job, I've got a wife, I've got lots of stuff in my life I need to take care of, that it's kind of also turned into this like year in review with the GOC, which I'm now filming today. Because, I don't know, maybe you guys are like me, if you have multiple guitars, when you get something new, it doesn't even have to be guitars, it can be with anything, you get the new shiny thing and it's awesome and it's great for 3 months, and then you're like, it's gonna kind of go back on the back burner. And that's happened to me with some guitars I've owned, and I wanted to see if that would happen with this. And spoiler alert, it has not. However, let's hop into the mods. So firstly, you're gonna realize that these are not the stock GOC pickups anymore. These are the Fishman Fluence Tosin Abasi signature pickups. I think I said in the last video that I was planning on getting them. They are super cool. It is zero disrespect to the Paragon pickups that are in the GOC. If I get another GOC, which I'd love to, I'll probably keep the stock pickups. But for this guitar specifically, when I ordered it, I knew that I wanted the Tosin Abasi pickups. I'm not going to do a full video review of the pickup set because there's tons of way more qualified, better shot, better mixed videos where you can really hear what these sound like online, but I will give a quick overview. So they're active humbuckers. This is a coil split. You can get super like clear, crystal pristine, ethereal cleans with that. And then when they're the humbuckers, they will be the most aggressive, gnarly metal machines you've ever heard. And then this is on the tone pot. You can change the voicing and you can just get kind of a different sound out of them, which is really cool. If you want to do some rhythm playing, some lead playing, switching this is kind of fun and kind of cool. And then I also added a kill switch, simply just for fun because kill switches are cool and I like doing silly things. So sometimes I'll do like the and then I can go yeah. I should do that with the kill switch. And those are the mods I've made to this guitar. Honestly, the process was pretty easy. The pickups were easy to put in and out. The pots fit fine. Again, GOC comes with they put a battery, like they route it for a battery because they know that a lot of people are going to want to switch out their pickups because they make modern headless guitars. And a lot of modern headless guitar players want pickups like this in their guitars, like myself. So, those are the mods I made. And I also put a vinyl wrap around this to make it gold because I think it's cool. And I switched the knobs out. The normal GOCs come with like kind of that Les Paul style knob, which I think looked cool when it came, especially with kind of the worn antique finish. But because I switched to the Fishmans, I'm going for a more modern feel on this guitar, so I want more modern knobs. And I want ones that are kind of bigger so I can just like quickly get to them without, and I like the knurling for the push-pull. I don't know, maybe it's because it reminds me of like holding a dumbbell or something, but the knurling's nice for the push-pull. And that is it for the things that I have changed on this guitar. Now, let's talk about this guitar. A year later, do I still play it? Does it sit on the rack? No, this is probably, honestly, if I were to look at playtime, I'd probably play this guitar more than any other single guitar. For a couple reasons. Firstly, I've gotten more into heavier stuff with the lower tunings. It's my only 8-string. It's easy to play, it's comfortable to play, it sounds good, and I also had the bright idea to record and produce and mix and master an entire album all by myself in my very tiny basement studio this past year, and that should be releasing soon, if not already. And yeah, warning, if you listen to it, it's not great. Like, I think it's good, I like it, I like the songs. I'm not a pro mixing engineer, I'm not a pro mastering engineer, I'm not even a professional guitar player. I just was having fun creating, and really this instrument inspired me to create a lot, and we'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, that's kind of what that is, and you can check it out if you like. And yeah, maybe you're tired of listening to like really perfect sounding metal, like Animals as Leaders and like Intervals, and you're like, I want to listen to someone that kind of sucks, kind of like the average dude. Hey, I got this stuff for you. Anyway, because I think there's like 11 tracks or 12, I don't remember right now, but like 90% of that album was done completely on this guitar. I reached for this guitar and played it a lot. So mostly I'm doing metal stuff on it, but I've also played it on a Sunday morning. I play in church pretty often, and I gotta say, I never get comments like I do when I play this guitar, mostly because of the look, but people like the sound, like the really clear cleans that I can get from this, and it's really comfortable to play, so it is awesome to use. Over the past year, honestly, the only issues that I've had with this guitar are issues that come from myself not soldering things properly when I put the pickups in, and when the battery dies, but that again has nothing to do with GOC. It's very easy to fix. Like, maintenance on this guitar is easy. I've had a lot of people complain about tuning stuff like this. If you can't tune this, you're weak, I'm sorry. You move it like this, it's really easy. You can put a pick in there if you want, or a screwdriver, but like, if you're an adult human man, I know a lot of girls play guitars as well, but I can only speak to the experience of a man. If you're an adult human man and you have a hard time using these tuning pegs, you're doing something wrong in your life. I'm just gonna be honest, you're doing something wrong. You should be able to do it. It's not that difficult. Not that you need to tune it that often though, because I will say that this is the most stable guitar that I have in tuning. So stable, in fact, that I was away for 2 weeks on vacation over the summer, came home, and I picked it up, and it was in the exact same tuning that I left it. The intonation was still good. I didn't even have to tune. I've been recording, and I've been like, shoot, I just recorded for like 15 different parts, and I forgot to tune, and I'm gonna listen back and it's gonna be crappy, and then I'll play it and I'm like, oh shoot, it's actually still in tune. This guitar holds tuning incredibly well. That's probably one of the pluses of the headless design, their dual lock headpiece, which is really cool. Yeah, it's really easy to work with. Changing the action had its challenges. If you watch my original video, I did have a hard time with it. Now that I've found a proper tool that can fit into those little holes there, it's really not that big of a deal. I haven't had to change the action all that much because it is a pretty stable guitar. I've had to adjust the truss rod a little bit, but that's because I live in Canada, and where I live in Canada, it can get minus 50 degrees Celsius in the winter, and it can go to plus 35 degrees in the summer. That is like a massive difference in temperature. That's like going from water that you'd be too cold to swim in to water that is boiling. That's the range we're looking at. So yeah, the temperature affects things a little bit. It doesn't affect it massively, but it does a little bit, and so I've had to adjust the truss rod, and it responds pretty well to that. Overall, this is an awesome guitar. Not just for the price, and I talked about that in my last video. GOC guitars are super affordable. Now with the pickups and the mods I've put into it, I've probably got close to, no, probably still less, quite a bit less than $2,000 Canadian in here. And just for record, to get a Strandberg is a little more than that. To get a Strandberg that would have these features like the Fishmans in it, you're looking at probably close to $3,000 for an 8-string. So it's a lot cheaper than that, and it plays awesome. It sounds awesome. It feels great. But I don't want to just talk about the guitar. I actually want to talk about GOC, the company, for a little bit, because I've never really interacted with a guitar company quite like them. If you watch my other video, I had my reservations about buying it because it took me to AliExpress, but I messaged them and I messaged people, and I gotta say, like, they're a really well-run company. I think it's because they're a smaller-run company, but their social media is great. I talk to I think it's their main guy all the time through Instagram. Super friendly, like, usually about guitar stuff, but like sometimes even just about like other things. Like, found out that he was playing some of the same video games I was playing, so we're talking about Diablo 4 a little bit when it came out and stuff like that. Like, it's just like a really cool thing where I actually feel like I have a real relationship with this brand, and not just like a face that's like, whatever. Like, no, like, we'll have conversations, they'll comment on videos, they'll share stuff, not just my stuff. And just so you know, I'm not affiliated with GOC. I'm not a sponsored artist yet. Maybe GOC, we're friends, maybe. Yeah, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. I think it'd be super cool. It's a great company. I love them. But they share stuff to their profile all the time. If you look at their Instagram, it's all just other people playing, and it's not big famous artists. It's people that have like 200 followers. Like my Instagram for music is much smaller than my personal one. It's a very small following, and GOC shares it all the time. The people that play the guitars, like if I see a video of someone, I'll come out like, hey, nice GOC. They'll often message me like, yeah, like, what do you play? And then you'll start talking. There's group chats of people, just like general discussion about these guitars. There's Facebook groups. People talk, they share, they comment. It's a really cool community. I've gotten to know some people just from messaging them on Instagram over GOC stuff. I've sent mix demos to people and they've given me feedback and stuff. It's a really, really cool community. And I think that that is awesome. And that is something that is worth investing in. So people have asked me, would I get another GOC? Absolutely, I would. It's kind of replaced my 7-string, but I kind of want a 7-string GOC with a trem. I know there's some in stock right now, so maybe I'll take a look at that. But actually, depending on when this video gets released, they might not be in stock anymore because they sell out pretty quick. But yeah, I think it's a great guitar. A year in, it sounds as good as it does when I bought it. It's comfortable to play, it's cool to play, it's an inspiring instrument. And if you're like wondering if you should get a different type of guitar, and this is, let's just like finances aside, right? Assuming you're in a spot financially where you can buy a guitar and it's not gonna hurt your bottom line, because it's hard for me to say you need to buy instruments, I get that, because like it's not food, it's not water. But if you're at a point where like, hey, I think getting a new guitar will change the way I play, that's probably true. Like there's that old question, does a better guitar make you a better guitar player? And usually people say no, and that's mostly true, but if you get an instrument that you really love and that really inspires you, you will play it more. Like the first time I got it, my first high-end guitar, when I first got it, I just wouldn't put that thing down. I'd play it non-stop, I'd play it all day, and I got better because I was playing it. When I got this, it opened up a whole new area of techniques and playing, and now I'm looking at what 8-string players are doing and I'm practicing those techniques and I'm learning new things and I'm just exploring, and as a result of that, I'm getting better, I'm getting inspired as a result of this. So I think that this is a fantastic instrument. I think that GOC guitars are amazing. I hope they're around for a long time, and I hope to be adding a few more to the collection soon. That's pretty much it. Check out my album. It's very mediocre, but I had a lot of fun making it. So yeah, check it out. Check out GOC Guitars. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see content with this guitar and with my other guitars, but it is mostly this guitar right now because it's just cool and it's fun. And something about headless guitars on Instagram, you just want to click them and look at them. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.